So we're going to be getting started here in just a moment. Just making sure we get some of the people that wanted to be part of this VOD review to be trickling in. So I'm just posting this on Discord where people wanted to see it. And yeah, we're going to be getting started pretty quickly here. The first match that we're going to be looking at is going to be Jushichi versus, I think, if I remember correctly, Kuso Gaming is Mocha. It might be Kanjiru, but I'm somewhat sure it's Mocha. So yeah, that's how we are going to be getting started here in just a moment. Just continuing to spread the word so people know to start hopping in here. Okay. Hey Mars, I'm doing pretty good. Spent pretty much the whole morning pre-looking at a lot of these videos, and I took some preliminary notes that I wanted to make sure I get across. And besides that, I'm sure I'll catch other things as we go along, but I'm trying for the most part to keep these reviews like pretty simple. I'm limiting it to a first to two for each person. That way, we don't get overwhelmed in like how many layers have been shown, that kind of thing. Because mostly like people really wanting VOD reviews because they want to do well at the next major or next local. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here with an Akatsuki mirror. This is Jushichi, and again, I'm assuming Kuso Gaming is Mocha. And let me pull up the notes I took on this. Alrighty. Yeah, like early on, you can already tell they're just kind of, feeling each other out. No one's taking any huge risks. The only thing that like really stands out to me right from the get-go is this assault from Mocha. You'll see it in just a moment. Actually, let me see if I can adjust how many seconds my skip is. I don't know how. I'll look into that later. But yeah, this assault right here, like there's no world where this assault actually connects, but it's also too risky to anti-air because you'd be extending your hurt box into that. But this kind of spacing is where the trip guard comes in. Anyone that has played a good amount of Street Fighter knows all about the anti-air sweep. When someone is jumping and not actually going where a DP would reach, you can often catch them as they are landing with a sweep. And Akatsuki's 2C right here would be perfect for that kind of thing. You see the assault and you essentially do a fuzzy 2C at a timing where you know that the top part is going to whiff. And it's usually not a true punish, but it works a lot because usually at that spacing, people are not immediately trying to block low. Okay, Jushichi wins that first cycle. Nice. Yeah. Unfortunate, didn't actually get a good confirm there. Great throw tech. I somewhat disagree with the throw tech on that stare down, just because in general I find being greedy for the cycle to get you punished for more than what the cycle is worth. But it did work out here. And yeah, I do kind of like that. Wake up ADP chain shift. Fast option, you get to see exactly what they're doing. And like at this point, I'm starting to realize that Mocha is playing super aggressive. And to fight against someone that is being that aggressive, you have to go in. Either like dash block in if you think they're being aggressive with like slower buttons like C normals, things like that, or Tatsus, or even fireballs, and that will give you a bit of a grid swing here. But yeah, first round, not a big deal, but like at this point, I personally would be taking note of the fact that Mocha, with the level of aggression that is being shown, I probably don't want to overextend my pressure. Like, I would try to keep things mostly tight to see if they are going to change things up at all. And if not, then, you know, I would get free combos. Yeah, and like that level of aggression, like whiffing a Tatsu into 2C, that's the kind of thing you have to be checking against aggressive players. Plus frames. Unfortunate drop there, but I do like the rising increased J6E there. Wait, did I could have sworn I had updated this. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a very good streamer. But it should be updated now. I'm pretty sure Kuso Gaming is Mocha, but it also could be Kanjiro. I forget which of them use that Steam name. Either way, both very solid Akatsuki players. Didn't commit. Like, after an Eitatsu, since that's a situation where, like, the Akatsuki that did the Eitatsu could potentially force function or DP. If you're going to press there, like, commit to the block string. Because if it hits, you get your combo. Like, to me, that is not a time to be doing single poke and into there we go. Yeah, when you block Eitatsu, that is not the time to just do single poke and see if they're going to freak out. Like, the level of aggression that Mocha has been showing here, single poke is going to get you killed. Like, you're just straight up giving up your turn. Okay, got him to blow all that meter. Nice. Okay, I actually really like that. Okay, that I dislike. I'm kind of the opinion that if you're going to press on clearly minus situation, you know, you're -4 after blocked Bitatsu and you're right in his face. Either you commit early to mashing, or you continue to block. Because no matter what, you're already minus. So if you delay button, that means you're even more minus. And like, there's nothing wrong with taking your turn after the Bitatsu, but you have to commit early here. That was kind of a weird one to block. I wasn't fully certain which side that was on.
I got.
Oh. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I definitely like hanging back, waiting for for Mocha to blow his CS, and in this case also some meter, but immediately after was the time to go back on the aggressive. Or at the very least, like, take your turn every possible time. You don't need to overextend because he's doing all the overextending for you.
Like impossible to react to that without pressing something for him. I don't want to backstep him either.
Yep. That just kind of happens, and we're back to neutral. Yep. I don't know what you pressed there. I'm gonna rewind here. Yeah, it's probably like a dash 2A. Yeah, it didn't count as ground bounces, but not a big deal. And this should just be death. Yeah, like right here, I kind of disagree with this throw because, like a player that is always taking every inch of space you hand them, they are going to bite to basic frame traps a lot. Akatsuki mid-screen throw is trash. You get no guaranteed Oki. If they neutral tech or back tech, you can fireball, but if they forward tech your throw, because for whatever reason his normal throw is forward techable, you die. You're that minus. So I, in general, really dislike going for mid-screen throw as a Akatsuki if I can help it. And with how much aggression Mocha here has shown, there's really no reason to be going for throw. Because now you're back to neutral and like, that would have been really good if it was able to convert, but really high 6C is tough. And like this, at this spacing, you have him cornered. You just have to hold your ground. You don't need to do a lot of pressing. Like, you didn't need to back off in Tatsu. You could have just waited for Mocha to mess up. Because that air Tatsu would have absolutely whiffed. I don't necessarily disagree with that Tatsu though. Okay, at this point, you should be recognizing that he's switching to a more defensive style. There is not as much aggression happening, and he's shown 1 AD like 3 times. Like, at this point, I'd be switching over to showing more assaults. Because you need someone to be a little bit passive in order to get away with assaults, because anyone mashing is going to auto-kill assaults. And anyone like that is just trying to throw tech to get their turn back is also going to die to assaults.
That feels kind of bad. Okay. Damn.
And I love that route. Oh, nice. The forward tech to kill it. There we go. Got the assaults. At this point, like, I would be trying to go back to, like, pretty tight pressure in case Mocha has switched back to being aggressive. And I'd just be checking that. Yep, which he did switch back to that. which is why that frame trap worked. I dislike that chain shift. Like, it's end of cycle. This wasn't getting punished. And you gave away the cycle. Like, the meter's nice, but... Alright, at least you got him to blow it. Yeah, we all get hit by 6B sometimes. Delay throw to blow up the CS attempt. Great mash. Yeah, I don't disagree with that mash at all. I just realized I was paying attention to the wrong Akatsuki. I'm gonna go back. Alright, back to round start. Yeah, so here Mocha's clearly switched back to being very aggressive. Yeah, just keep the pressure tight until you know for sure that, like, if you keep the pressure tight here, you would not get hit by this, because you whiff this, be ready to block. So that was just an unfortunate thing. I didn't realize third hit Tatsu was coming. That chain shift I very much disagree with. You're at full meter, so you don't get anything out of it. And the other Akatsuki is spaced. You can't, threaten ADP, even though Akatsuki can do his own ADP. And Kiaro, thanks for the follow. But yeah, this chain shift right here, I dislike because you're not gaining resources. And to me, when I see someone chain shift like this, I know that they are not. They don't trust in their defense. They're using chain shift as a crutch, when most of the time chain shift is way more powerful, just as a way to either gain meter or to get the bonus damage on hits, or to convert hits you normally would not be able to convert. But DPCS is like nothing. It's chip damage. So here I'm expecting bad things to happen to Ju because he wasted it. Oh, nice pickup on that fireball. I'm glad he didn't spend meter on that, because the combo would not have killed. And it's still in a throw for game situation, so there was no point. Meter here is way better spent on EX Fireball. That said, we're back to another situation of blowing CS, hoping for a DP, but nothing. Like, to me, like, before you had advantage, the instant you blew CS, the situation was clear that the post CS situation was even, and so that's how you lost momentum here. Like, you won this round, but like in a lot of rounds, that kind of CS usage can really make you lose momentum. Nice. Yeah, really good check there with the dash 2C. Yeah, at this point, the cycle is lost, and really good call by just hanging back and seeing what they're going to do. Especially without meter. Similar waste of meter. That one, I mean, that one's tough. Because you have to, every time Akatsuki chucks a fireball, you are like naturally wanting to buffer 2/2 in case they jumped it, so you can EXDP. So it can be hard to do that and also be ready to 2-1-4C on reaction to fireballs. Like I don't blame you for getting hit there. Oh, it's starting to show too many 1ADs. Generally, like when I do that, I try to immediately back off showing them and just kind of be ready for assaults and like be willing to just tank a throw in order to not get grid broken here. Okay, yeah, that one was cheap. Like tip spacing a Tatsu where it just barely whiffs into a low is like unblockable. I don't blame anyone for getting hit by that. Yeah, again, blew the CS. This can kill.
I'm dead, I think. I should be.
Yeah, EX Fireball, IW, you're Omega dead. But yeah, like, overall, I think not recognizing the aggression here from the opponent and changing your play accordingly and leveraging CS better. Those are like the really big things. I don't mind doing VOD of Shaky Cam. It's cool. Send me a link and I will add it to the list. But yeah, back to this. Yeah, really, it's just like those two things. Like, Mocha here basically only had two modes, aggression and nothing. And being able to recognize that would go a long, long way. So I'm going to go to the next set that I plan to watch, and that is Mars versus Ost, which I think I had pulled up here. And for this, I'm basically only going to be commenting on Mars's play.
Pads all the time. They burn through controllers like a wildfire.
Yet they won't play on box.
They're cheaters. It's cheating. It's
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
first.
I
Okay.
hate first to 3, first to 5. I just say what the set is. It's 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. Because they'll tell people, yeah, it's first to 3, then they play a 3 out of. Then...
So right away, Byakuya is severely limited in what he can do round start against Merc. Like Merc can more or less flail and just beat half your options. That round start of doing dash up 5A is something you do like round 3 or further once you've already understood what Ost likes to do. I would recommend either just round start blocking or round start dash block in order to kind of see what the Merkava wants to be doing. Because at this point, you got into a pretty sketchy situation by being overly aggressive without information. And then you're in the corner because it's a Merc combo, and they always lead to the corner. Yeah, I didn't block the 6-6C, but that's not really a huge deal.
I don't know how much experience in this matchup Mars has.
Alright, so Merkava, he is a jump man. In general, if you're going to go after him when he is in the air, you want to get quick buttons in the air. You did Assault here, and Assault, you are locked, on Assaults, you are locked out of being able to press for quite a long time. It's like 15 frames before you can even press your button. So, if you are trying to air, you need to just do a rising normal.
Experience in this matchup Mars has.
Here, rising normal would have absolutely have won, but Assault made it too slow, gave him time to complete the fireball.
I have seen them play it. I don't know how much that is true.
I know they've played Valak quite a lot.
Yes.
Hitting the beginner net play tag on the Washington Unis Discord. But Ost is on.
All right, so here, against EX Worms, in general, as a layer 1, you want to be doing really delayed 180. By really delaying it, you will still be within the throw tech window if he goes for throw in between worm hits. And worst case, you end up eating a TRM. TRM is not that much damage, and especially at this point, you got thrown during the final worm hit, which meant the worms weren't going to add any damage on top of that. This probably would have survived if it was a TRM instead of a normal throw, or a grid brick throw especially. I definitely recommend, in training mode, doing the Merkava knockdown with 2-2C and internalizing the timing on each of the worm hits, because it's always the same. They're like, once they're active, each of the hits is always at the same timing, and learning to be essentially fuzzy teching there makes it so that Merkava has to commit harder to blow you up. Like in this kind of situation, if you do a really delayed 1AD, you will generally shield worms and be able to block Assault in time if he does that. In general, it's just a very safe thing to do, and you kind of have to present it in order to make worms less scary.
A little bit of a different level, and I think we're seeing that right now.
Yes.
I think Mars is going to have to adapt very quickly.
Yeah, and it.
All right, so round 2, I do like that you switched up your round start option. As Byakuya, once you start receiving space, you need to set up webs. Give yourself a web or two as of protection, something you can concentrate behind. That will really help you get that first cycle, and that's especially true when Merkava has to give you grid in order to kill those. So
Mars is going to have to adapt.
Byakuya, as soon as this fireball was happening, a web set could have been done right here. So 2 and 4. So the 2 and 4, the like very, very long grab, that one can just be blocked on reaction. So like, especially at this distance, there's no there's no threat of it. Like once you are able to start concentrating, fireballs won't kill the webs, and like, as long as the main thing here is know the fireball angle. The fireball here is going to whiff at your feet.
Yeah, and Mars does have the ability to adapt. I just don't know if they know the answers that they need to be pulling out. That's going to be.
And like here, the cycle is pretty much gone. So I would just be trying to take up space at this point.
The big thing. With them being a newer Undernight player, like, you just don't know everything that's fully coming through.
And I mean, even with the character who has footsie buttons
that like, I'm very much a proponent of don't fight for near unwinnable cycles. Trying to greed out every single cycle is how you get grid broken into a near guaranteed round loss. Merc with the cycle here is not very scary. I would much rather not end up in the corner than to fight for that cycle. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of differing opinions on how people should be fighting for the cycle or when to give it up. But like, I'm just saying what my view is because just, you know, where I've had success. And that's generally that having the cycle is not a big enough it's not a big enough swing in momentum just having the cycle to make it worth taking massive risks for it. So let's see how this goes from here in the corner. All right. Ost was able to keep the pressure just super tight, didn't want to risk getting reversaled or like veiled off or anything like that, which meant he pretty much just gave up pressure for free. But what I wanted to kind of take note here
there are some parts of the screen where it just feels
is like against characters. I mean, you're not really playing Byakuya anymore, so I'm not sure how much this matters. But against characters like Merkava, you generally want to have pickups that work on airborne opponents a little bit better. Like just going into Rekka sooner in order to make sure that you keep someone in hit stun. But yeah, like Hilda has to do that kind of thing too, of recognizing airborne opponents and yeah, that's like against a character like Merkava, you have to be able to turn stray hit where he's airborne into a knockdown, because like being able to have done that would have had Merc currently in the corner where you're at.
impossible to touch Merkava. And
one thing that you're seeing Mars do is they are still doing a really good job of trying to maintain the cycle. They're not opting for things that you would normally see in these full screen, like concentrate, but just trying to keep the base Byakuya game plan to
Yeah, that I do like that use of the cycle.
oh, tries to go for an MGM throw, but Ost. Fuzzy 2B.
2-2-C, keep the mix down in the corner. Oh,
Oh,
no.
and pays the reversal.
Yep, that was unfortunate.
About Worms, but does have to worry about losing that round.
And this is incredibly scary for Mars.
Yes.
If you're Mars right now, it's just
All right.
layered and layered and layered.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Until like you just have like 30 knowledge checks, and if you don't know the answer to one of them, it's gonna be exploited until you.
Yeah, they're gonna just keep opening it up over and over and over again with it.
Nice.
They got
Oh, I
another
didn't get the
29
pickup.
left on deck that if
Yeah.
you're not able to pull it past.
At least got the grid break.
But Mars off to it.
But yeah, like as I kind of pointed out earlier, like a lot of these hits could be turned into a lot more if you had the like awareness of Merc being in the air. So, if you do plan to continue using Byakuya at Frosty's potentially, definitely practice in training mode, having like against a jumping opponent, do 5A into a combo, or 2B or 2C or whatever, you know, stray hit button you think you might be getting, and just get comfortable with that.
Yes.
That's probably the most important thing. Getting a throw as well. Ost is definitely struggling for the cycle right now.
And that tends to happen a lot versus.
Yeah, I like these delayed
They'll often
JCs
find
quite
an
a bit.
opportunity to really just be super patient. You see, also they're not opting for any kind of shield though.
Great tech.
So they're just kind of letting Mars come through, doing for the delay green shields.
Yeah,
Just
I actually do
any
like
kind
that
of
force
cover they
function
can.
use.
Going for the overheads, the Mars classic.
This is where Mars wants to be. They want to keep the combos going
Nice.
and be
Yep.
very
Called
confident
out
in
the
the
fake
matches.
on the 2B no
You
cancel.
don't really need to
So
figure out
this one, Byakuya IW has really low minimum damage. Trying to see how much meter you had. Like here, I think it potentially could have killed with either EXTP into IW or EX webs into IW. With, you know, starting at 170 meter, you generally are able to get 2 supers off. And like, but
figure out the knowledge checks.
it is what it is.
If you just stay
It's, you know, one of those things that you just kind of have to recognize in
Because
time.
they didn't do 260 beforehand. They just went straight to the IW. So is going to capitalize on this.
Incredibly confident.
But one thing I wanted to kind of point out that I just remembered. So after IW here, you have 2 full combos worth of life lead, and there's only 30 seconds on the clock. At this point, I would personally turn on time waster mode. Like I would make sure to meaty because the EXDP combo is sure it's 1 full combo, but he gets no meter out of it. So he kills his later damage potential. He can't go into IW, can't do many extensions. So like right at this point, I'm doing true block strings that can't be meatied or can't be DP'd through immediately after. So just like 2 AAA, 2B, 2C, 5C, maybe a rebeat, and then seeing what, or maybe I would go into like first stage Rekka and then just back off. That block string would waste like 5 seconds minimum.
Because they didn't do 260 beforehand. They just went straight to the IW, so
Mars
is going to capitalize on this.
Incredibly confident in their super's ability to kill.
And like I like your wanting to just block it out there just to waste more time.
If Mars has good defense here,
and then that's where you
this
died.
is cutting it close. I can't call it.
You could,
IW,
like,
260.
I went.
and like you see here, you're dying at the 3-second mark. Literally any amount of time wasted would have won you this round. Just needed.
Yeah, that kills. Yeah. If Mars just had gone for the 236C extension on there to catch the juggle.
But yeah, in Under Night, like seconds are actually pretty fast in Under Night. I forget how much an Under Night second actually is, but it is not a full second. It's like 0.8 seconds, something like that. They're fast. So when you see 30 there, they do not have much time.
Because it doesn't scale that much like on there, so. But us capitalizing on that, making a great comeback now, sitting match point.
That last round was really close, but I mean,
Great
think
block.
It takes a lot of Mars' ability to intuitively call out defensive habits.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I also think it speaks to
you got frame trap there. 66B, 66B, 63A. It catches a lot of people. It's literally just built to kill people that get impatient. Like honestly, that whole round, that could have happened to anybody. Like I don't see really much issue with that last round. To me, it felt like pretty much all of that match was decided in the previous 3 rounds. Like, in general, just weren't able to present enough of a threat by, like, Merc, if he gets hit out of stuff in neutral and it doesn't lead to the corner, a full combo and the corner, he's not going to be disincentivized from continuing to do that shit. So, like, the number one thing is just stray hits where they're airborne, turn those into damage, and suddenly Merc has to be way more careful about what he does. All right, let's see. I was going to look at CG versus Aki next. And I think it was back here. At least I think it was. Let's find out. That's me and Ost. Here we go. I found it. Oh, yeah. I can go back. Give me a sec to refind it. And I'm going to, at the very least, copy that video URL so I can very quickly refind it. That's Squawk. No, that's me and Ost. Wait, why am I forgetting which? Because you guys fought on loser's side, right? Yeah, okay. So we're here, and you wanted to look at the last round? Yeah, start of the last round. Let's go to that. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna.
His ability to kill. Here.
So yeah, this
He
kills
didn't like
here.
take it off the IW because it doesn't scale that much like on there. So
Like that situation right at the last round where you whiffed your 5A. There's so like if you know that Ost is going to come down with a button or with a glide, you can absolutely either air to air him or just be ready to 3C. Because at this spacing, you can very much react to it.
but us capitalizing on that, making a great.
Or like, yeah, that one is what
Because it doesn't
I
scale
was
that
referring
much,
to, that
like, on
glide.
there, so, but us capitalizing on that, making a great comeback now, sitting.
You're more of you're not really reacting to the JB. You're more reacting to the fact that or it really it's kind of a call out. Like if you think he's going to press a button there, then regardless of what he presses, whether it be glide or like JB, your 3C is going to win at that spot. That's more of what I meant. Jump happy mercs, that for Byac especially, it is pretty difficult. You do have to make those hard call outs sometimes of just either doing an air to air or pressing 3C and like be confident in that timing. There's always stuff that Merc can do to blow that up, but yeah, in general, it's pretty hard. It's absolutely a matchup where the one hit you get needs to lead to the corner. And once you're in the corner, or once Merkava's in the corner, you just have to run your game. And Ash, to answer your question, Byac 5B would probably not catch the backdash. Most of the time, Byac 5B is really good at anti-airing because it catches extended hurt boxes, not because it goes all that far forward itself. It's like really tall, but not very wide. Yeah, like getting pickups off air to airs is tough, but Byakuya does have routing to get you a full combo worth of damage, and more importantly, full corner carry. Just in general, Merkava air backdash is like very safe to do. It's only like after the air backdash that things might be rough for him because he was very high up. Let's see, where was it? Or I suppose I did copy it, so I can just oopsie, and just go straight to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I didn't copy the time step. Damn, I'm dumb. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I want to see Amiga portrait on the right-hand side. There we go. Against air backdash, it's a little bit tricky because spacing, taking space is good. The main buttons you need to watch out for once he does air backdash are falling JC. The JC hits on both sides of Merkaba, so it's generally, like, in that kind of situation, one of his preferred falling buttons. The other preferred falling button is his dive kick, which halts his air momentum for just a brief moment and can bait out anti-air attempts. That one will absolutely die to someone running under him, because you can see the dive whiffing and actually punish in time from that height. Whereas the JC, if you run under him, you might block and it's Merkava's turn. So in general, it's like a little bit of a tricky situation. With dive kick, when Merkava does it high in the air, like TK dive kick, no one's ever like whiff punishing that on purpose. Whiff punishing a Merkava that was high in the air and then did air backdash to put him even further or higher in the air, and then dive kick, like, that is doable. But yeah, I agree. Most of the time, you're not whiff punishing Merc dive kick, because that button is fucked up. Let's get them.
So we have sort of an idea of how this went recently, and CG took that set. So I think Aki's probably looking to get a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, Aki is going to be looking for revenge. However, that is also an event that both players were not taking as seriously as it was the Belt of Blood.
Wow, round start. Round start, both of them just went for throw.
This is an early
that looked like just a drop combo. That's not really a huge deal. Like, probably just forgot to press force function.
So, this is an early simulation right
okay,
now.
with that, no confirm.
These opportunities to really open them up, but
okay, the cycle's gone. Don't sim for it.
Play it really carefully
Yeah,
right now.
that's just in Q trades. That happens. Yeah, started mashing too quickly. So this is one of those things where, at least in tournament, especially on defense, I don't like to take too big of risks early on, unless I have already studied that player a lot. CG in general tends to keep his pressure very tight early on in games, and so it is better to just block, because like, you got put into the corner, and you blocked two things and then immediately mashed and got counter hit.
Yeah, doing a good job right now, just keeping the damage really consistent. Gonna be probably hitting a 2-2-6 here, just catching out for a little bit. Yeah, one touch situation.
And then like you woke up mash, you whiffed the button, mashed again, and that's where, and that's where you got punished. So yeah, just kind of be mindful of like what you're showing a player like CG as a layer 1, because CG likes to keep his stuff very tight. Yeah, the spacing from CG was very clean. Like, CG knew that Aki was likely to commit to something, whether it be DP or 6-6B or something like that, and he put himself at a spacing where he can deal with all of that. Where the worst thing that would really happen is he blocks a 6-6B, and Mika gets out, but Enkidu here has 3/4 life lead. There's not a huge loss if he goes back to neutral, especially because he has chain shift. So like here, just be mindful of, mashing when the opponent hasn't shown willingness to do fake shit. Mashing is great against fake shit. It really sucks against real shit.
Yeah, the good old-fashioned footsies 5C comes out right in there.
The Grand Blue Zone.
So this button I wanted to really point out, because as much as Under Night is not a whiff punishing game, Enkidu 2C is absolutely a whiff punishable button. I did some quick check in Mizumi before the stream here, and that button, after it whiffs, has 32 frames of recovery. You can do whatever you want here, and it'll kill him. He stays extended for a while. Don't let him whiff that. Like, this button makes Cagliostro 5H, or Far 5H, look good.
The Grand Blue Zone, yes, they were in the Grand Blue Zone. Mika Missile keeping themselves safe, but a good parry on the splash.
Yeah, and again, you're mashing way too quickly. CG, like, you know, we're into the second round, and CG has not been given any reason to do anything except clean pressure. Like, if the clean pressure is what is scoring hits, there is no reason to deviate from that, because clean pressure by definition is safe. It will be safe if you block, and it's going to be safe if you mash. So, like, try and recognize that.
Back in this corner situation.
I'm pretty sure.
CG.
I just realized this is the same stage they
Okay,
played on.
we're able to greet out a cycle.
That's crazy.
Yep. Great recognition here. CG, that was the first instance of CG going for something greedy. Went for third stage Rekka, obscenely punishable, and you're able to get out thanks to that.
Good punish.
It was a really good recognition of the no stagger right there off the CCC follow-up.
Okay, this I wanted to point out. Let's look at what your cycle looks like here. So you are just barely behind, but this is a winnable cycle situation. CG here has no incentive to shield, or and at the most has incentive to do a really delayed throw tech. So going for something that would beat a greedy shield, this, like meaty 2A into command grab, only beats someone trying to green shield the first hit. But CG had zero reason to green shield because he was already ahead. And so here, if you really wanted to like win this interaction, you needed to either like 2A, do nothing and look for a potential delay tech, which you could throw on reaction, or maybe go for like some other kind of throw RPS, like delay assault, like something else that could swing it in your favor. Like at this point here, like a 2A nothing into maybe assault might give you the grid swing before the assault button would even connect. But like regardless, like this was a winnable cycle until you decided to go for that. And like here you see us because there is literally nothing that you could do to win that cycle. And you got the DP, but at this point, like if I'm CG, I consider myself having won that interaction. I got the cycle, I have meter for reversal, and Mika has no meter. So like I'm chilling at this point.
Warp will get the punish. CG with a cycle now, and
Yeah, that was really risky. In general, Enkidu is too good at anti-airing to make jumping in on him worth it until you have, figured out that this particular Enkidu is using a lot of lows. But if he's not using lows, then jumping is suicide.
big counter hit starter. There's not enough to close
Like, kind of going back to this interaction here, you're doing fine here. That little trade, either like back off or like dash block or just hang out. Like there was no real reason to like need to jump here because you were ahead in life and you just needed to continue to play solid.
with a cycle now, and big counter hit starter. There's not enough to close out the round, is there?
No. Not off that starter. They have to go for one more, but Akini's going to find that last touch that they need to actually.
Okay, well, thanks to that combo, got the cycle, and that was a really good route for corner carry. Okay, so this 360, you here, yes, 360 would win the round, but you didn't, like a normal throw here would also win the round. And generally, if they're eating 360, they're also eating normal throws. So you didn't need to take as big of a risk here.
Action goes for the command grab, and CG gonna take game one.
Like, at this point, I mean, because you had chain shift available, and Mika has a lot of things that she can do with chain shift that are safe and also hard to block. Like, I would be trying to leverage something like that over blowing meter on something that can just lose me the round.
Get
Good
it?
read with the fuzzy jump.
Yeah, a really, really good read off there. And, you know, this recognition, these players, not only are we just talking about like a week ago they were playing, they play each other all the time. This is like an in-region match, so you're going to be seeing a lot of the like layers of the onion coming.
All right, I want to go back to this round start. There's not a whole lot to be gained by doing backdash round start. Like walk back, I totally get. Backdash gives up too much space, and then your charged 5C. Like there, you were going for charged 5C. That is an amazing button once someone is cornered, but as a neutral option, it is rather poor. It's slow and it doesn't have the reach of like Enkidu 2C, or even his 5C. So in general, like you're hoping someone is going to run into it when CG hasn't shown that he's like going that far in. So
They play each other all the time. This is like an in-region match, so you're going to be seeing a lot of the like layers of the onion coming through.
and Kidu charged 2C, one of the best fireballs in the game.
Just like that, CG already finding a good 3.1k into the corner from downtown.
Okay, here I really like that you're showing just blocking, and a couple of shields put you back into the fight for the cycle. At this point, I'd be either maybe doing at most one more shield or not shielding at all anymore.
Good defense.
There, yeah, you didn't do any shields and got the cycle thanks to that, because you only needed to block a couple hits. That was really, really good.
Building back the cycle, but the 4C footsies button.
I want to see how that hit. Yeah, you tried jumping again.
4C footsies button.
Again, you haven't like forced CG to change his pressure in a way that jumps are going to work. Against someone, against an Enkidu that spaces himself and just smashes 4C, you gotta be either willing to like dash block into it to make it a little bit worse, or commit to like a 6-6B, just a really far-reaching low that's because that completely eliminates his hurt boxer traction. And 4C, as good as it is a pretty slow button.
This is huge damage. Drops the combo.
It doesn't feel that slow when it anti-hears you, but that's just because it has like infinite invuln once it starts up. Alright, that's a really good 5DB.
While they're there now, Akimi finally gets a chance to take.
Nice. Okay, so right here, your throw was a true punish on his whiffed 2C. That is how whiff punishable that button is. Yeah, like, I agree. Mika doing 9JC, the increased version, is good against everyone except Enkidu. But yeah, like, back to this button, like, recognize Enkidu 2C. It is big, but it is incredibly whiff punishable. You need to be cashing out on this. The throw was good, don't get me wrong, but, like, this should have been, like, 3.5k. Because look at all that time you had to press a big fat button.
And that's a huge command grab. Talking out and control the cycle. Not going to get to use CS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taken as well. Has the 200 meter to cash out for the extra damage. Gets a good Oki as
Gonna
well.
go for mid-screen
Oh,
Oki.
that I really like. Just that little stare down, see what CG might do without actually committing to anything. I want to see how that...
Trying to get CG.
So that use of chain shift, though,
Mid-screen Oki, command grab.
Delay command grab.
I don't know what the point of that chain shift was. You had the advantage, and the instant you pressed chain shift, you lost the advantage. Because at this point, At this point here, Enkidu's buttons are going to reach longer and also retract as a hurtbox. Like, you, right here, the most you have is like your 6-6B. But even that's a little bit risky because like 5B retracts as hurtbox, 2B retracts as hurtbox, 5C does, 4C does. The only thing that doesn't is 2C, but he's not pressing 2C here.
Trying to get CG to bait out those jumps that we saw earlier on there, but a
Yeah,
5B.
and 5B is what does
that
it.
should be the round.
Yeah. All the round of the world, 200 meter on deck. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want with that. CG sitting one step closer right now for trying to take this to move on to the winner's finals.
Oh, calls up the pack that, but no confirm.
Nice trade.
Big shield swinging the cycle in her favor. Aki gonna spend it immediately for this offense. CG calling out with a throw OS.
I don't necessarily disagree
Yeah,
with
pushing
how that what you went for there. You know, 2 AAA into a pressure reset is not bad. Like that one didn't work out, but I'm not necessarily against that because CG had been showing willingness to just block a decent amount. So like that was, you know, a play based on information. Like I can't disagree with that. It didn't work out, but it wasn't bad. But like at this point, like just be sure to be noting, okay, CG is now a bit more willing to mash. Maybe tighten up pressure a little bit more.
C as well forces the tech back into the corner, but Akimi quickly takes her turn back.
Okay,
Yeah,
this grab here. You're 2 blocks behind the cycle, and the cycle's almost up. CG has no incentive at all to be trying to shield, and at this point, he can literally tank a throw and still win the cycle. If you're ever more than a block and a half ahead, you can take a throw and still win the cycle.
The tech back
So,
into the corner, but
like here, I would probably just go for the throw. Know I'm going to win the cycle, but at least get some damage. Because this cycle's gone.
Akimi quickly takes her turn back, techs out of the grab.
CG just taking all these gold throws.
And the non-gold throws while we're at it, getting a good tech off there, but Akini resets back out. Nice checking with the 2As.
Okay, you have tons of grid, no reason to shield anymore.
To find something to use with this VO. Yeah, set up for the Mika mix.
Oh, but
That-
he drops the command grab.
Yeah, that was
VO, yeah,
too
set up for the Mika mix.
spaced. Like, I'm pretty sure you can only get either a single 2A or you have to do a rapid cancel 2A in order to not have that much pushback. But even that might be corner only. Like, definitely lab whether that's even an option because this was unfortunate. This absolutely would have been the swing you needed.
Oh, but drops the command grab. CG drops the combo. And another tech throw. CG is in complete control of the cycle. This is not looking great for Aki.
Yeah, it is a...
And this right there, set is lost by pressing charged 5C when it's really just not a neutral tool. Like if you have to, if you feel that you need to take up some big space, just do like a tornado to do some space, but because it's safe and big. But besides that, I just don't like Mika 5C as a neutral option. Yeah, I agree that it's hard to take space as Mika, but 5C is not the way. Like, if you're going to take space and you have to just show either tornado or like some neutral jump bullshit, like her 2B is pretty stubby. It's like really big for pressure, but really bad for neutral. Yeah, her 5B is good. Like I would absolutely be agreeing with pressing 5B. Yeah, like I agree. Dash 5B is better than Tornado. I'm like trying to emphasize is don't press increased 5C in neutral, and that Mika has way better options elsewhere. Like dash 5B is absolutely like the best thing. 5B and then like visually checking what the situation is and potentially going into 5BB is also not bad. But like make sure you're visually checking, because whiffing 5BB is absolute death for Mika. Yeah, and like I agree with Eggplant. Like at no point were you like really checking to see like what kind of defensive options CG is using. And like easy, safe ways to do it is like run up 2A and just see what he does. Because like at most at that space, like you block at point blank range, you'd get your turn back like right away. But yeah, so that is the end of the match for that one. The next up here is I had this one. It's me versus Tom Clancy. But before we get started on this, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, so I will you know what, I'm going to put a bit more of Ju's set while you guys wait. That seems worthwhile. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. We can finish watching this round. Nice. Oh, just messed it up, but you know what? I love when messing up a combo just leads to a reset. This can kill. Yeah, that was nice. That was mad nice. Alright, so back to this set of me versus Tom Clancy. So make sure to take notes on just kind of the first couple of sets, or of games here. So let's kind of get started. And Tom was nice enough to provide us with the inputs, so that's kind of fun. So like I actually do like that 660. If I'm showing concentrate, 660 is a very, very good check. Because if I try to enter stance at all, I get absolutely obliterated by that. You know, I was able to block in time, but like that was a solid option. You're doing mostly safe things to kind of gather info about how it is that I'm playing. So this was very, very good. And here, like, you have a sizable grid lead. And at this point, what you're doing now of choosing to approach is good because I'm behind and I want to not be behind. And like the fact that you're not shielding here and instead decided to check me, that was super strong. Yeah, you got the cycle. Yeah, in general, right here, playing very safe. I like all of this. Okay, so I don't necessarily even disagree with that 6-6C. Literally, this was very much a player read. A lot of times I see you use... thank you for the follows. But yeah, this one was very much just a player read. I've played you enough times to know that you like to use 6-6E when I'm falling while in stance. So I just landed and did delay dodge and called out your timing. There is nothing inherently wrong with what you did, and if anything, I would recommend it versus other Yuzus. But this was just unfortunate for you. Like, I can't say that it was anything wrong. And to me, that 5A looked like you were holding to start teching, and my dumbass drops led to a reset here. It happens, like, playing as Yuzu, I notice that on players all the time, where I accidentally drop at the time they finally decided to start holding the tech, and then a button comes out and they get counter hit. Okay, here, like, cycle is near the end, and so you can pretty much bet that, like, a Yuzu is going to blow it for meter, because she can't threaten chain shift reversal as long as you're within B button range. So the only thing that she can do with the cycle is grid thrust, which if you're in that range, you're not generally presenting very grid thrustable moves, because like lows can very often grid break a grid thrust attempt. So like what you're doing here is like really good. Stay in that range. Know you're about to beta CS. Yeah, that 6-6C was pretty risky. It worked out, but a Veil Off probably would have won that interaction there. Yeah, at this spacing, Veil Off absolutely connects. Yeah, right there, you noticed that I am not at all... Like, after I showed that shield, I stopped shielding and stopped OSing entirely. So I'm glad that you recognized that and took your free damage. And I whiffed a green shield and I showed other shield. So, like, you're clearly making me do things on defense. Let me see... Yeah, I don't disagree with that chain shift at all. Got some good meter out of it, got a good situation for it, and it's early in the cycle. Like, all around, like, great use of chain shift here. But, like, at this point, I'm probably thinking that I'm sitting pretty on the cycle and I don't have to do anything. And the reason I jump is because if you need to get a cycle swing, you need to run up throw. So the thing that beats throw is jump. I knew, like, for this kind of thing, I'm in general, like, aware that you're not going to, like, run up low or run up anti-air. Yeah, and it can also beat dash 2A, but, like, I definitely was assuming at this point in the cycle, he wasn't going to give me more grid. Like that was kind of my logic behind that jump. Is I'm ahead in the cycle. If he wants to swing for the cycle, he has to throw me. And right here, with this knockdown, 12 seconds on the clock, there's nothing that really can be done. So I don't disagree with this 660 because like you have to just do something and pray. But chain shift or slash CS on wake up. Like this round was nearly guaranteed lost. Maybe a wake up. No, not even that. There was nothing that really could have been done here. If you had blocked, I would have done a true block string to burn out enough time to make you not be able to make the comeback. You'd need a huge counter hit, but like with that amount of time remaining, slash CS guarantees I can't get hit by anything meaningful. Like that round was decided. And like here, you didn't realize that I was willing to just stop zoning and get a big grid swing. And you kind of realized it too late by going with that 660. Not the hugest deal here, just because it's still only halfway through the cycle. But at this point, I'd be trying to put a lot more pressure on the Yuzu. Alright, so here, this cycle, you've been playing like near perfect up until this fireball. Because, right here, I'm behind, and that fireball gave me exactly what I needed to tie it up. That one shield instantly made it so that I am now the person ahead, with only a couple seconds remaining on the cycle. So, like, just be careful of... Like, fireballs are good in the matchup at that spacing, but, like, just be aware of, like, cycle implications of how you use it. And it's not even necessarily bad to do fireball and run behind it and, like, know you're probably losing that cycle, but, you are getting in. But just kind of be aware of that, and if you're going to do that, commit to going all the way in. But right here, a really, really good assault to go over my slash. And like this cycle, I kind of disagree with having done that ender, because look at how much grid I gained for your combo taking too long. I got 3/4 of a block right at the end. Yeah. Like there's Eggplant is making a good point, but just like in general, be aware of like what your actions allow me to do. But anyway, going back here, EX Rekka Ender, when your combo's already long, gives the opponent more grid. Right here, you're at risk of losing the cycle. Not necessarily the biggest deal in the world, but when you don't have a sizable enough life lead against Yuzu, you kind of do like care about cycle a lot more than keeping her cornered. Because at this point, a single shield will win it, and if you try to do just a regular block string, I have a chance at winning it too. So like right here, you're not really very incentivized to meaty if you want to win it. Yep. And I was able to win that cycle just because of that. Like, so right there, either not spending EX to have won that cycle, like right here, if you had not done, if you had ended the combo right here, it would have been significantly harder for me to win that cycle. Because I'm in Vorpal, blocking would be causing me to lose grid. So you can pretty safely get me to lose the cycle at this point without that. I don't know if you had done like CDP, if that would have given me a whole lot of grid. Maybe that one would have been fine. Maybe you only would have bled like a half a block at most. But because you bled like a full block from doing C Rekka, that was like what lost you this cycle. Okay, but you managed to keep the corner. Alright, so this, it's very cheeky setup that I stole from Kure. Flip / force function dash cancel is the setup. It can cross up. It's like a 40 frame cross up. Because stance dash is like 35 frames and then the 5 frame 2A immediately after. That one just like when you see force function in that situation, be ready to block it or challenge because it's 0 on block and you have a 5 framer. Like that's absolutely a situation where you can choose to challenge if you know what the setup is. And I'll do it again just so you see it. Like I push you out far enough to make my flip leave me point blank, and then I / force function dash cancel. That was not an intended drop for cycle or anything. I'm just bad. But like here, like you have the advantage here. I'm not necessarily saying you should be taking big swings going in. Yeah, that force function dash cancel is cheap. Nah, I can't front it. It's pretty good. Anyway, right here, you really want to be doing like really safe dash blocks. Like make me not want to concentrate, but also but besides making me not want to concentrate here at this point, the reason for like at this point just doing clean dash blocks is to not get clipped. You have a good life lead here, and I'm starting to run out of time. I'm only concentrating at this point to try and get you to do something stupid, because things are currently not in my favor. Yeah, and like that whiff 2-2B got me to go way ahead in the cycle, so I'm like poised to win it for the last cycle. And like I don't even necessarily think that doing the fireball into Bend Sinister, I think that's the name of the follow-up. I don't necessarily think that was bad, but like honestly, with the life lead that you had, just fireball CS would do a lot. Just control space safely. Like, yeah. And here, I don't even necessarily blame you for getting hit by that throw. Like, when I first watched this back, I was taken aback by my own throw. I wouldn't have teched that. I mean, besides the, like, Fireball CS not being great against Yuzu can't, like, parry it, it's more you put out a hitbox without having to have a hurtbox. You can block while a hitbox is out. It safely controls some space and further burns time that Yuzu needs to come back. Because I was behind on life. Like that to me that was one of those things where if you go lame, you time out Yuzu. Yuzu wants to time you out, but it can go both ways. And like here, just kind of a comparison to last round start. The previous round, I'd shown willingness to go and do more concentrating. So this type of walking back and forth that I'm doing is to check to see if you remember that and are trying to contest it. But here, be careful. Like once I've entered stance, like I'm in stance now. At this point, fireballs become terrible. Unless you like back off, like unless you backdash here and then chuck a fireball, you're getting whiff punished on reaction every time. So that assault basically only worked because you were looking at the cycle. This cycle was gone. You didn't need to look at that clock anymore. You had no hopes here. Like here, just be ready to block. Start working on the next cycle. Like, there's no reason why this assault should have actually hit you. Like that is a end of cycle assault that only works if you're paying too much attention to the clock. And like, so I don't know what you were pressing there. Potentially a wake up 6-6C, because I don't know why you what other standing button you might be pressing. But I haven't really shown anything like delay throw on your wake up or delay assault or anything like that. There isn't. I've kept my pressure against you pretty clean for the most part. So there's like if you're gonna wake up with something, it has to be block or DP. Obviously, DP is a big risk, but like based on what I've shown you, which is just clean and tight pressure with no real mix to it, those are your two options. Anything else is just asking to eat another combo. Yeah, DP there. That was actually a very good DP. Nice. Yeah, the reason I really like that 6-6C is because look at what the cycle was like. Here, I either needed to score a hit, which at this range means I need to enter stance, or I need to concentrate. And at this spacing, 6-6C beats both. If I do anything in stance, I get counter hit. If I start concentrating, I'm likely to just get a hit. So I really like that 6-6C here. Because I chose to enter stance and immediately died. And the cycle is 100% yours. I just did chain shift for some meter. And that was really good challenge on your part there. Know that I didn't get my confirm, so I was minus. That was greedy. I'd mostly just kind of shown you blocking and not really a whole lot of OSing. So doing shimmies there just pushes you out of your most effective range against Yuzu. And that's where this works. If you had stayed on top of me, I can't do this. And because of that, I win the cycle. /CS, I'm safe. Can't do any punish there, but I'm just burning time now. So at this point, like, I've shown you round start dash block, like, a bunch of times. This is where you can kind of start to be more aggressive. Like dash up throw, or just dash up regular buttons, just pretty much anything else. Considering how much I'm just dash blocking into your stuff, in order to not potentially give you a big swing by like trying to enter stance first, because that's pretty greedy for Yuzu round start against Hyde. And it's also like not something that can be as easily called out as like round start up back. So like once you see that I'm like trying to do the safe thing of just round start dash blocking at you, try and take more advantage of that. I want to see what the situation was for that fireball. Okay, I actually don't even disagree with that fireball. You just got hit, but I don't think that was bad. Yeah, and I kind of stayed back there instead of pressuring you, just to make sure I got the cycle. Okay, at this point, I've already won the cycle, so you have to like commit to doing something bigger in order to be able to contest this cycle, which is kind of why I opted for up back. Yep, that's all it takes. One shield, and then I kind of wait and make sure I've won the cycle. That was actually a really, really good challenge with that 5B. Okay, I really do not like that 6-6C just because you corner yourself. And like, as you've seen already, Yuzu's primary use of chain shift is meter. Yeah, wasn't able to win that cycle, so I'm just keeping you in the corner. Yeah, like here I liked the fireball. Like, yeah, it was a grit swing, but you got in. And you still have you still have chain shift here available. So I liked that. But because it's end of cycle and you've shown like every single end of cycle situation these last few rounds that you always fight for every single cycle, I knew I could just check. All right, so let's see. The next one that I want to make sure I take a peek at is, all right, so we got Casey's here from Climax. Oh, that is loud. I'm going to turn that down a little. Gotta love the sound of shaky cam. Okay, so this is you versus Miller 2B, right? Okay, I actually really hate that round start. Like, as a person that has played Lene into Hilda, her doing round start up back, increase JC, it like just gives up so much ground. Like you didn't get punished for that here, but like you can lose a lot of space against Lene, and you already know keeping out the rat is very important. Yeah, I like that back spike quite a bit. And now you're very clearly like trying to bait cycle. Yeah, and you very much won that cycle from that strong control. Yeah, good tech chase there. Didn't even necessarily go for the 50-50. Decided to pretty much just maintain the advantage, which is very strong. Because like at this point, Casey is a full block ahead, and so the only way for Miller to win this is to successfully land a throw, which is risky. Yeah, like Lene FF, you absolutely have to consider, and like a lot of times, if I already have like good control, I would rather just continue to control as opposed to put myself in a situation that can potentially swing against me. Oh, that was a terrible shield from Casey. You were already well ahead in the cycle here. There's like you can't be forced to block enough here to lose this cycle. This literally could only have been lost if you decided to green shield, which you did. Yep, good 5B. Oh man, shaky cam footage is making me a little nauseous. Oh, nice 5B to check that. Okay, this... No, yeah, can't kill, you don't have meter. Yep, I really like that. Spike after Spike blows up a lot of Lene's more ranged options. Because her Kuga, as bullshit as it is definitely slower than Spike. Like, those trades I'd be taking any day of the week. Those are good. That was a really good 3B moment. Or a force function. Probably force function just because it covers more options. Yeah, the dash 214A just catches a few more options is basically it. Okay, good block on that. I want to see that again. You're behind here, but it's not like terrible, and like at this range, your buttons start to become really good. So I don't disagree with having pressed there, but looks like you tried to press 5A. If so, that I do disagree with. Oh no, that might have done 5B, and just like the very start of it. Yeah, you got hit before the 5B became big, so it just looked like a 5A for a quick moment. No, I agree with the 5B press there. Like, it didn't work out, but I agree with the press. Okay, what are you going to do? Just set up another? Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping here you'd somehow find a way to do another EX Gloom to get another chance at opening them up. But getting a little extra damage isn't bad. You're dead here. No, you're not. That should have been death. Yeah, assaulting at Lene, generally ill-advised. IW, her IW, I am not confident enough on because the hitbox on it is a little weird. So I don't want to just recommend IW there. Like, a little bit of guaranteed damage is cool, but I don't know. In general, I'm more in favor of setting up EX Gloom and making them hold it. Because you can just EX Gloom and block and see what they're going to do. And then go for the 50-50 after they've already started blocking. And I just realized this is not Miller, this is Brandon. Yeah, you're back to going for grid control block strings. Yep. Not shielding, that's good. Oh, there we go. Air unblockable. Didn't get a ton out of it, but, like, you recognize the situation. Yep. Helm Breaker is cheap. It's dive properties, so, like, you can't even really 3B it. Yeah. Cycle was gone. I'm glad you spent it for some meter. Oh, that was absolutely very minus Kuka dash spacing. I don't know if you would have gotten a punish, but you would have gotten something. Okay, that looked like you stood to block and then let go too quickly. These are some desperate shields. Yeah, I kind of saw that. Like, once someone is, like, very desperately shielding, they're going to just commit. Okay. I mean, there, absolutely, IW would have won the round. Didn't recognize the Kuga dash. That was absolutely not a button you'd normally press there. Oh, great tech. Nice. That was like tip 2A2. Like, at that spacing, I probably would have just blocked high and assumed I could have... I was away from the 50-50 range. So that was really good. I actually like that dive kick quite a bit. Punish? Yeah. So EX Hien is... in my opinion, it's one of the easier EX moves to block because you have all that time to do the correct shield. You can make it -8 and get something a little bit bigger, especially if it ends up behind you. If it's in front, I don't know that you get anything for doing the good shield. Just like, I'm trying to think if Hilda even has an 8-frame button that would reach. Like, I'm not sure you do. But behind, yes. But if, I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, if Lene's doing EX Hien and you don't usually get the punish, I definitely understand just blocking and going for the throw punish if she ends up behind you. Because that's the only time it's, like, guaranteed. All you need to know about Lene frame data is that she's perpetually just -1. Nice. Yeah, I really like that. Just hanging back. Punish. Yep. That was really, really good. Yeah, like, one of the strongest things about Hilda when she has Gloom is just dash up block and just see what it is the opponent does. Because you don't even have to interact. Like, you have a lingering hitbox waiting to do your bidding for you.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
Casey is very much feeling themselves. Oh, nice. Yep. That one's just hard to block. 19 frame overhead. Yep, did the good adjustment to make sure that doesn't drop. And again, went low. I don't know why Brandon is going for a shield there. It's not worth it. Yeah. You showed dash up block last time, going for throw this time, and punish. That's just really, really good. That throw from Brandon was actually super smart just because it killed the gloom. Like, getting it throw teched, it doesn't matter. You got rid of the gloom. Yep, got out of the corner with that. Alright, this is going to hurt. Wow. I'm surprised that combo worked that way, just because you tried to do a dive kick. I'm trying to remember. If I remember correctly, Assault J 6B is -1 on hit. But you're a 6-framer, so that doesn't matter a whole lot. Yeah. Casey doing 6-6B and 6-6C, those moves are broken. Like, they're broken. Like, yeah, there's really hard callouts that can make those lose, but yeah, and also like 6-6B 2-2A whiff is very, very strong. It's just, it controls so much of the screen. Yeah, only Brandon does that optimal of a confirm from that. Mylon A would have gotten 2.5 out of that. I can't see your meter, so I don't know if you would have been able to veil off there, but probably not, because Linnea's 5C is broken and is very good at baiting veil off. Okay, you have... I was going to say, you don't need to shield anymore. Again, gets hit low. Brandon consistently looking for that option. That's cheap. Oh, that did not look like is what you meant. But you get a throw punish. You have the life lead. No. So here, like at this spacing, Brandon could not DP you at all. You literally just needed to press like 6-6B here. Like his DP would have completely whiffed, and giving him the time to do Kuga CS was bad. Like it really just came down to that. Like you hesitated and went for that looked like 2C there. Yeah, I mean, true. He also should have died on the combo previous, but like, you know, we all mess things up in every game ever. There's no such thing as playing any match perfect, right? So like once a combo is dropped, you just ignore that the potential that combo had and just focus on the situation now. The situation after that combo was that you still were set to win and just needed to meaty him spaced. That's all it was. Alright, let's see. So, what do we got next? And then I told Noctis I was going to go over this set. So this is Noctis versus White Beast. And I'm going to double check real quick, make sure that I'm not missing any sets that I wanted to see. I'm just going to take a quick peek at my notes. Okay, so this one, I told Ost I would do our winner side set from bonus round. And that is it. So just 2 more sets to go through. Like, Gord players seem to generally agree that this matchup is pretty even. In general, like, Gord has good things to make Batista lose her down charge. Like, really spaced increased 5C can pretty safely get rid of down charge. Oh, yeah, I'll make sure to peep that that set later, Mars. This is still kind of loud. I want to see that round start again. Really good shielding from Noctis right here. Like, at this point, no more shielding. Like, I generally have a rule, like, if I get a big enough lead in the cycle, shields are just a liability. Shields are what can immediately turn the tide for your opponent. Don't give them that. Ball has very little recovery. Like, Force Function can kill Ball, but I don't know about on reaction. Because Force Function is like, from what I remember, it's like an 18 frame move, something like that. It's like 17 to 20 in that range. But, like, it's tricky when you're, like, thinking about other stuff. Like, you don't, it's not something that is so good that you can do it reliably, like, even 70% of the time. But, like, 50%, it's not bad. Great tech. Okay, no more shielding. Yeah, really smart. If I'm Noctis here, I'm cashing out for meter early. Or maybe at most, like, getting within Force Function range and doing Force Function with CS, get less meter, but have a big hitbox out there. But, like, this is a lot of meter. Gord needs meter to function. I'd be cashing out early. I don't like that Force Function spacing. Like, here, actually that would have potentially hit, but, like, the fact that there's gems there makes it really risky. Because up beam would have triggered the first one, which would have triggered the second one. Yeah, and you just guessed wrong there. That was just an unfortunate spot, but you still have this cycle. Nice. And I'm glad you didn't waste CS there, because now you're going to get meter from just the combo. Yep. Yeah, good call making that safe. And that was just unfortunate. No, you're not dead here. Ah, wait, Seadrill? No. Anyhow, like, once gems are out, it becomes significantly harder to use. Yeah, you can't do that. Nice. So in general, something that I'm not really seeing that could be done a bit more against Batista to cover some ground is like jump and block or dash jump and block. You can cover a lot of space while still blocking. Like if Batista is in zoning mode, all of her stuff is air blockable. And so instead of, relying on a shitty dash block that Gord has, or having to risk a deep dash, you can cover the same amount of distance with virtually zero risk by jumping. Yeah, like laser is minus on block. Laser is laser being minus on block makes that generally a really good time to hold up forward. I would not necessarily be going for a dash jump after laser, but I would just do a forward jump into block. You'll be able to block the next laser in time, and balls would be too slow to reach you anyway. And like, yeah, dash flash kick is a thing, but it's like hard because since it's a partition, you basically have to be calling out a very specific timing for that. You can't just keep flash kick partitioned forever because overcharge is a thing. Yeah, that cycle was pretty much gone. I'm glad that he didn't risk anything. That 2B looked like it was meant to be a dash block. Yeah, I like the use of Gord Copter there. That was a very unfortunate 6B that I assume was another dash block. No, okay. The flash kick or that backdash didn't cost the cycle, but you are dying. Yeah, like a lot of this seems to be coming down to like not knowing safer approaches to that. And also, Batista like really hates it when characters have air stalls or double jumps. So like I did like the Gord Copter. Yeah, and like I very much agree with Eggplant here. Max range 5C is strong against Batista. It has similar speed to like Batista's laser. So it's generally pretty, makes it harder for Batista to do much. Yeah, like that tip 5C spacing, like Mortals, and also using some Mortal Slide can really make it so that Batista can't charge laser. And if she can only charge balls, you end up setting the pace. Like once Batista blocks, she no longer has laser. So you at that point have the bigger range. Yeah, I agree with the increased 3C going under fireballs. It's like show it once, but don't rely on it. It's never a punish. I kind of don't want to go back here. Okay, once you see that, press 3C immediately. She's not going to get a move out in time to block a low here. There's a pretty significant amount of startup, and like at most she can maybe go into instant flash kick, and you might lose to that. Yeah, like Ash is saying, like this entering her barrier stance at this distance is really spooky for Batista because she is not immune to lows. The instant you see that T-pose start happening, you press 3C. Okay, I kind of want to go over this. This is one of those that you need to recognize the gem loop and know that you need to stand up to block the inner explosion so that she doesn't stay plus. Like that if you have a character that where that gem loop is fake, don't let her do it. My character, unfortunately, is too short, so even if she's standing, she only gets hit by outer explosion, but yours is tall enough. Block that. Okay, really good force, vorpal force function. And at this point, now you're back to even. Well, now you're way more than even. Yeah, drop combo here, whatever. Yeah, increased 5C there, really good. And at this point, I am trying to not take many risks. Yeah, that backing off like that, very good. And even here, you're fine. She has to get another really meaningful hit. And a meaningful hit is not beat real. Yeah, like... Yeah, good moral slide there. Yeah, like, here, when she's backing off like that, jump. Get some ground. I'm glad you're just blocking there. And only shielded the guaranteed fireball. I don't even disagree with that force function. That was like the spacing to be doing it. Wait, did you try to concentrate there? What? How did you get hit? Yeah, you did. I don't know that I necessarily hate that concentrate, but, you know, Batista 660 is broken. So, you know, that just happens. Yeah, I like that VO. Because that VO would not have come out if she would have done the two force function. Oh, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it is grabbable, but VO allows you to, like, pseudo option select it, because if Batista does 660 2FF, you block. If she does 660 A-ball, you kill her, or, you know, VO comes out and hits her. And, like, the only thing that VO loses to is her doing 660 no cancel. Because she's, like, -6, something like that, if I remember correctly, off the 660. So she'd be able to block the VO. But, like, that's it. And at this point, like, Batista, or, you know, White Beast hasn't shown doing 660 no cancel. So, like, I would not consider VO to be a huge risk there. Throw is, like, what you start showing if they really seem to value the A-ball there. I generally prefer to just block until... Oh, I'm reviewing this for Noctis. But yeah, like... in general, when I'm fighting Batista, they could have a free A-ball as I'm, like, kind of figuring out what it is that they want. I don't show fuzzy throw for a little bit. And I do like that grab, just because you invuln through the JC, and then she lands and gets grabbed. I think Sea Reaper potentially would have been safe jumped there. Okay, that I really dislike. That was such a burn of meter for no reason. Well, I mean, I guess you're in Veil Off and need something. But, I don't know. I feel like right now, at this point, you being point blank next to her is way scarier than if you back off and get plus frames that don't matter. Yeah, that you got a tiny amount of chip, and now you're back to Batista's effective range. I don't like this. Okay, you got the cycle. Okay, I'd be trying to CS for meter. Okay, not anymore. Just get the cycle. That's only 200 damage. Like, I don't know how you can win this. Yeah. Nope. Yep. I like what you showed throw this time. Unfortunate combo drop, but not a huge deal. Great use of 4B. It does have okay hurt box retraction. Oh, nice. Using that 2C right there to call out fuzzy flash kick. Okay, so this combo I kind of disagree with the not dropping it, because there was no way, you didn't have the meter to make this combo kill. So like this combo, since this can't kill, and you're in transfer state until the end of the combo. Here, instead of getting chip damage essentially tacking on at the end, that won't actually swing the match anymore in your favor, you need to drop the combo right here, sneak in a concentrate, and have, like, you're not guaranteed the cycle here by any means by concentrating, but you do make White Beast have to actually fight for the cycle at this point if you concentrate and get a single block. And like Garnfield is pointing out, this is one assimilation away from winning. So White Beast is even more incentivized to win here. The ending in earlier with 3C2 and 4A would be good for removing some grid from White Beast. You're still in transfer state, so you wouldn't gain any of it, but at the very least, you would remove it from the game. You gave up the cycle for the same exact situation. Like, I'm glad you won this round, but like that was looking really bad for you. Like, even if you won this, I heavily disagree with the previous combo. Like, you needed to have just dropped it early to have fought for that cycle. And yeah, CG, I'll take a request. After this one, I was going to do me versus Ost at bonus round. And then yours can be the last one. Okay, at this point, like, White Beast is very clearly just playing more conservative and playing around the cycle more. When you notice Batista actually cares about the cycle and isn't just zoning, that's when your buttons get good. Like, that's when you start pressing your 5Cs and mortal slides, force functions, things like that. As long as you're outside of her 2C range. And like in general, Batista, due to having a step dash, like a lot of times that's like pretty good Gord counterplay to do like a deep dash 2C against a Gordo player. I don't know that Batista can really threaten that due to her limited step dash. Okay, at this point, like, I'd be trying to... Like, I can't emphasize this enough. Gord needs meter. The 4-pole nails is not enough. It's not enough of a threat. Having access to 100 meter is way better. Especially because, like, Sea Reaper can shut down Batista at a lot of spacings that she normally can sit very pretty at. So, like, I'm a huge proponent against Batista. Early CS, if that gives you better options. I hate Noctis. I am a BSM hater. That move is fucking useless outside of like really specific situations. No, BSM fucking sucks. Like, right there, pressing any other big move would have anti-aired Batista, and you would have gotten a fat combo into a sim ender, stolen the same amount of grid. Nah, I hate that. Don't ever be a sim again. Ooh, that was scary. I disagree with this. Yeah, don't be so greedy on shields. You're about to get grid broken if you show more shield. Nope. Oh, I'm surprised you didn't get anti-aired or flash kicked. Yeah, everyone knows Batista 66B is plus on block. So I will say, Batista 66B, I generally am like mostly decent at challenging that. But like Suika has caught on to the fact that I do it. So he will literally like 66B into a ball or something and frame trap me a lot of times. Or like I've seen him do 66B and flash kick me. Man, that guy is a menace. Anyway, back to this set. Yeah, 66B 2FF is a classic. It's very, very good. That trade was very much in your favor, and I liked it. Okay, you have plenty of grid. I don't like that. Just regular mortal. You don't need C mortal. Yeah, like that. You get all the benefit of mortal from regular mortal. C mortal is like slightly faster, but it's not worth it. Good shield. No, I think you won it. Yep, you went for throw. Like the last couple times, White, you've done things that that 2 force function is safe against. You've shown veil off and you've shown throw. Force function is safe to both of them because force function is a true block string. So this here you needed to have changed things up. Just because it worked last time doesn't mean it'll work this time. Just DM it to me. It'll be easier. For me, at least. So you're going to win the cycle, and you might get Vorpal Strip? No. I'm glad that you went for the reversal there, because if you had, even though you could tell it's a Beedrill, if you had blocked, Gem would have happened, and it would not have been your turn. So I'm glad that you recognized it and just decided to spend the meter. That was absolutely worthwhile. And yeah, like I know Gord, like a lot of characters can get like a microdash punish, but it's pretty hard. So here's the body hop. which is a huge, like, that side switch is, like, especially why I like the CSM there. Great shield. You're good. Yeah. Good challenge. Yeah, this is early enough in the cycle that I don't mind it, especially because you just stole a little bit of grid. Alright, don't do anything stupid here. And, okay, you got the cycle. The flash kick was not a huge deal. I don't disagree with not having been able to bait it. I do kind of disagree with that. Because, like, at some point you kind of have to... I just don't like their use of Reaper there, because that forced you to put Batista in another flash kick point. Okay, this is a little bit scary. Oh, wow. I'm somewhat surprised that you were not, that grid thrust did not get blocked. Oh, wow. No. Nice. Yep. Good challenge there. And the Batistas are all greedy monsters. They will take +1 and then do an 18-frame move immediately after. I probably would have been thrown there. No, I dislike that Sea Mortal. Like, please stop doing that, Noctis. You need your meter. I don't know what you were. There was no threat here. Like, she can't B-drill here. Like, just shield and get out of the range. Yep. All right. Good 2C to take it. Yeah. Overall, good set. Like, definitely try and prioritize meter a little bit more. And don't use so much Sea Mortal. Try and show different layers to 6-6C. And do some amount of jump blocks and jump into Gourd Copter as approaches. I just think, like, in this matchup in particular, Sea Mortal is functionally the same as A Mortal. There's only meter to be lost. Like, with A Mortal, if it hits, you get a full combo. With Sea Mortal, you just get Sea Mortal and that's it. That's why I don't like it. It's like slightly faster, but like the reward is just so much worse that I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna pull up the CG set. Okay, so this is CG versus Suika at Evo.
You'll hear the cackle for
We see beautiful dude in the background there.
Yo, let's go, Park.
Casey being way too excited about Park. So more Batista action.
Flying, I love it. But Park's actually a good stage though.
Wait, don't do that. I love picking Park on stream.
Alright, so Suika already in a good spot. Woo!
Great block on that 50-50. That backdash was actually very, very good.
And this is a keep.
Yeah, really great cycle win.
Uh-oh.
No punish on the parry.
And I like
Alright, so it's really
going for
important that
parry
he doesn't
instead
get
of
punished.
just blowing
in
your
the
chain
corner.
shift. That was very smart.
And Suika does
Flash
not.
kick.
This was just one of those things where you know Suika is looking for a shield to then immediately flash kick. Like, that's just the Suika classic.
Suika does
Flash
not.
kick.
Suika's just like, yeah, I don't care.
Oh,
no.
that was almost so good.
3C confirm.
Like that could have been that might have been a punish. Like parrying an object and dash canceling is so strong. That was just unfortunate.
Care.
Oh no.
Almost got the 3C confirm.
Yeah, I like that the fact that you backed off there made it significantly harder for Suika to do anything.
Good dash block, charge 2C. Where's he
Suika
going?
just running out.
Punish? No.
Oh, you hate.
Alright,
That
good dash
okay.
block, charge
I'm
2C.
no real comment
Where's he
here.
going?
You already
Running
know
out.
where you messed up
Oh,
here.
you hate to see the
He's
the
got-
autocorrect.
I can't see him, but I know he's smiling. Okay.
He's laughing. I
heard
can
him
hear
laugh.
it.
Oh, tries to force you the gem explosion.
Oh no!
Don't worry, CG.
Let me
tries to
look at the
force you the
spacing
gem
here. Like roll does get you under, but like this kind of spacing is where the only real threat Batista has is the laser going downwards. So if you're gonna commit here, you're at most risking like 1,000 damage. This is where like a dash under her to get force function would be the best play.
explosion.
Like, but you went for Dark Souls
Don't worry,
and got
CG's
killed.
just using that as data.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Probably dead it. Nope.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
I don't necessarily
flat.
blame you for that
Probably
CS,
did it,
but that
nope.
was a bad CS. Because you had like no meter to gain out of it, and you needed the chain shift in order to like get the momentum back. And there's a gem on top of you. There's no world where Suika wasn't risking the 5A in order to get gem debt.
What a jerk.
Just a flash kick.
What
Not
a
even.
jerk.
A flash kick, I don't even think would have been plus here. If that had been blocked, yeah, if that flash kick would have been blocked, you actually would have gotten a punish, even with gem debt. It is that minus. Cass, thank you for the follow.
That's
Let's see what the round start looks like here. Yeah, that's pretty standard
pretty
Suika round start of B laser, C laser, and gem set. Overall, this is a net win for you because you got some grid and Suika lost 100 meter.
Standard Suika round start right there.
Alright, that needs to oh my
Oh
god.
man. Doesn't throw.
That looked like you were going for a melty air throw.
Everyone loves Nikita. They love the other punch guy.
All right, now don't get hit by like a flash kick.
No, so
At this point, I would just be meeting Suika. Like I would much rather eat a flash kick here than to let Suika just do things.
Or
Yeah.
B-drill. That was the wake up B-drill right there.
because Suika loves wake up jump because a lot of people don't time
He's
it.
there. We go. He's looking for shield.
Because they're so scared of flash kick.
A lot of people don't time their
And
for that.
this is one of those things where, like, if you are giving up your turn in order to see what Batista's going to do, you have to have your trigger finger ready on some kind of anti-air. Now, I don't even think you need to 2-2 ACS here. Like, if you're going to give up your turn against Batista, if she mashes, she's in the same spot. Like, she can't get plus frames from that. Like, not at the spacing that, not in a way that she wouldn't be killed for it. So the only thing you need to actually react to is jump. So like right here, just being ready to force function, since it does cover both sides of you, that is the more important thing.
Yeah,
Well,
see?
because they're so scared of flash kick.
So he's willing to just take his turn.
Oh!
Okay, you got
I
out.
don't think that was supposed to be a flash kick.
No.
All right, no cancel off of the. I don't know if he actually. Can
Yeah,
cancel the
delayed
last
it.
one record in a freeze like that.
I don't. I think that was guaranteed, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, good call out on the fact that
Doesn't get
that
full
gem
combos out.
set was pretty minus.
Range shift.
I don't think it was a punish,
he
but
get this?
Suika was not expecting you to take your turn.
Who knows? Honestly, I cannot tell anymore. Sometimes devs just like.
Because it would be funny. That's the
Yeah, you always
they
have to
preferences who they want to be strong.
like.
It's-
This is a Suika specific thing, not a Batista matchup thing. If you block EX laser, be ready to block the next laser. There will always be a next laser.
it happens. Like characters are just gonna stay strong, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You just have to hope that everybody doesn't want to pick her. But it turns.
Potentially could have C parried. The flash kick is really fast. And I don't know the whiff cancel window on Rekka. Like, I don't know if it's the entirety of the Rekka or if it's like very specific spots, because like whiff cancel windows in this game are not the same as like the regular cancel window. So I don't know if he could have. Like, there's a possibility, but I don't know Enkidu well enough to say, yeah, you could have just C parried that.
You know, like
Fortunately, she's kind of difficult to play. So
that. I don't think execution should be an excuse for
Like,
a character being good.
As like one example, like I'm pretty familiar with like, you know, Yuzu's whiff cancel windows. Her slash whiff cancel window is 2 frames long. So like based on that, I generally don't assume that there's much that the regular cancel window and EX cancel window are anywhere near the same.
shouldn't, but at least it will turn away more people from playing her.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't like charge motions. A lot of people hate
Yeah.
charge motions. But once they
Yep,
figure
nice.
out, like, oh, she's
Good
a
Havoc
really strong
confirmed.
player, then it's like,
2E Havoc, very, very good.
Because if you think about it, all those strong Batistas are hitbox. Batistas.
Nice.
Oh my
Is that
god.
your
Oh, no.
decision to use a hitbox?
Yes.
I know you wanted to do
Oh,
a Rekka there.
Poke, let's go. Double up.
Okay, but
Yeah,
this
he's got
is
the-
working
he's
out
got
for
the
you
nice
anyway.
Which is partially why he dropped it.
Hey.
Nice.
On the flash kick?
Okay, this
round
should
is
be
over.
Suika's death.
Nice, no meter spent either.
Yeah. I mean, Enkidu
Yeah.
on deep
Good round.
punches is-
Like, I personally like fighting Suika at this point. I've baited 2 flash kicks. At this point, I am going to start actually meeting. And if I eat a flash kick, who cares?
just like 3.5 minimum.
No meter.
No meter. No meter, no vorpal.
Oh,
No throw on the 660 A ball.
oh, good.
I like that
Doesn't
parry.
Block the explosions, so that's to deal with the pressure. All right, Suika's just like, all right, I'm gonna.
Nice. Yeah, I really
Those
like
players
that
can't
concentrate.
Charge, but CG winning out.
Hey, he's a little bit closer to mid-screen. Aye. All right, he's doing pretty good. He's playing the dash blocking minigame.
Didn't commit to your button early enough.
Pretty good. He's playing the dash blocking minigame.
Yeah, Suika just pressed the JC first.
You can
That
never,
was just
determine what Suika's
unfortunate
thinking.
for
Not
you.
even Suika knows what he's thinking.
Honestly, true.
Hey,
Okay,
all
another
right.
laser? Yeah.
Wait.
Like, you can bank on Suika doing another laser after you've blocked EX laser. Yeah, a good parry always. The sound is very satisfying, for
Plus
sure.
frames.
Wait, why did he just burn 200 meters?
Why not? It's funny.
Oh, yeah, it's funny, yeah.
Plus,
Just quick A drill once again. So CG just trying to start closing the gap because there's not. Oi!
okay. Now he will probably lose the next cycle because of this, but it's probably worth it.
No,
there's a
yeah,
big-
like I said, at this from the previous set, like you'd already baited 2 flash kicks. You needed to just start meeting. Because there's no world. Well, there's obviously it's Suika. He could have flash kicked again, but like the odds were in your favor at this point, based on what Suika had been doing. That another flash kick was not coming out.
But it's probably worth it.
Yep, there's the wake up jump again. All right.
Oh, nice green shield bait.
Damn, Suika does not want to respect CG's pressure.
Suika's not blocking right now, that's for sure.
Okay,
I mean,
meaty,
when does
please.
Suika wanna block?
Yeah, there we
When
go.
does Suika want to block? Like
Actually,
come on.
never. Actually, never.
Like, come
Like-
on, bro.
And no,
Like, I know he's
at no
younger than
point
you,
in
but
any of
show
these
a little
rounds has Suika chosen wake up block. Which is why, like, we always are shouting, always meaty Suika. Like, the math is in your favor. Eat one flash kick, it's whatever. You hit Suika, that's 3K. Easy.
Respect.
It would have worked in ST. This
My-
isn't ST anymore, bro. It's been years.
My character that got nerfed and then buffed again.
Oh no, he tries to TP the A-ball. That's not the answer to that.
All right, CG did a pretty good job, but it really comes. Oh my god.
Oh, I like that dash.
Nice dash.
I really like that dash.
Oh yeah. All right. Back to full screen. Just taking his time trying to approach.
Yes, punish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Punishes it. I actually really like the parry on the A lasers, right? It actually lets him advance way more than just dash blocking. Though.
Right. Because you don't
Yep,
have to
I
worry
really
about
like that.
blocking the laser and then dashing.
Just
And then
2B
full
no
screen, if he
cancel,
doesn't do
bait
the
out the
laser, You're
CS.
fine, right?
Yes.
How's
Uh,
that fun?
like you weren't ready for
way more than just dash blocking. Though.
Right. Because
like
don't
you
have-
weren't ready for that jump, unfortunately. That is just something you're going to have to like practice, like getting your mind ready to react to that. And like at this range, up kicks are probably the best reaction because if Suika does something into like flip flop, you'd be able to like actually catch that as opposed to getting your force function baited. But yeah, like at this spacing, like definitely just be ready to up kicks. No, I agree. It is. It's a hard reaction, but the main thing is, Suika's bust out option here is a real jump. It is not an assault. So you have time to actually react with up kicks. It's not like trying to react to assault at all. You have like an extra 15 frames to do it.
to worry about blocking the laser and then dashing.
And then full screen, if he doesn't do the laser, you're fine, right?
Yes.
How's he gonna punish?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, so CG's still okay.
I mean, like, in general, with how much Suika has shown, like, green shield into shield confirm into flash kick,
Oh my
you
god.
generally want to, like, stagger pressure just a little bit more.
He's gonna get the, oh my god.
Oh, he does win the cycle.
Okay, you
in
got the
end.
cycle. Oh, that could have been death.
There.
You can have fun again, by the way.
He's definitely decided, yeah, I'm just gonna stay away.
Nice.
Oh!
Oh
Yep.
my
Again, like, you gotta,
low shielded.
with how much
Oh.
Suika loves that, you need to give up pressure, look for the shield, and be ready to throw it. Or, like, start doing, like, delay assaults. Like, here, Suika's attention is on shield. You're likely to even get away with assaults.
Oh my, he
Yeah.
low shielded, he perfect low shielded 2A and just did a
Yup.
flash kick.
Plus frames.
Sweep around, starter. Uh-oh.
Oh, EX parry.
I'm surprised we didn't press a button there.
I kind of am too. I think CG is also surprised.
Uh,
I think the green show kind of meant he couldn't, though.
Oh, Stan
Oh,
Tekker. No, you're doing so
CG
well.
trying to rely on his zoomer reactions and getting caught stand teching.
Really?
Oh,
Really, guys?
that's the Suika
Really?
classic. He absolutely
players
loves
in
Veil
PO.
off Gem Debt.
No parry.
Oh no.
It looked like CG tried to EX counter there.
He definitely tried to do something. Not sure what though.
Alright, there's a chain shift.
Alright.
Oh, there was no hover there, so Suika could actually block on the way down.
There you go. Like, you saw that
There was
the
no
shield
hover
there.
So Suika could actually block on the way down.
Like that, there was your, right there was your point.
Suika's waiting to flash kick something.
Right.
Nice.
TC
Oh,
confirmed.
weren't able to get the pickup.
No throw. Like,
Nice. Oh no, you didn't
Doesn't
pick up.
confirm.
no anti-air. Suika just jumps to jump C. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you hate to
Two
see
force
that.
function.
That looked like you were probably trying to parry CS to get some momentum.
Scary in the corner.
But yeah, like pretty much like the deciding factors for this matchup really were like when you space yourself to make flash kick bad, you need to just be ready with force function and or up kicks against Suika holding 9. And then besides that, like, be more willing to meaty Suika, especially when you have like after you've blocked some flash kicks, start going for meaty. Like, Suika for the most part is not going to block on wake up. And it was like last round of the last game that he finally started blocking. But like there was a lot that could have been taken advantage of prior to that. Okay. So last one for the night. Where was it? I was going to go over me versus Ost. Yeah, I think it's right here. Yeah, you know, it's noon. It's basically nighttime. It's, you know, don't worry about it.
So Rurik on the left, Ost on the right, Yuzu Merc.
These two also play constantly.
They play constantly. This is a match of the ages. Like, consider two of the
I don't
strongest
dislike
characters
that round
in the
start
game,
that
but both
you
are
showed,
for the ages.
just because, like, in general, 5B, even though it like covers immediate round start options, you start losing if I walk back. So I'm glad that you didn't immediately go for that.
Yuzu Merc.
And like you were just kind of building
They play
grid
constantly.
here.
This is a match of the ages. Like, consider two of the strongest characters.
Note this height. Like, in general, a thing about fighting Yuzu, you need to know what TK height looks like for flip. That was not a plus flip. Here, that flip was likely around -1.
Like,
and it was shielded. I don't know if it was last hit that was shielded, but like, this was at least -1.
two of the strongest characters.
Like, I definitely recommend to like practice fighting Yuzu. Turn on the cheater mod. I mean, but that just means that Merkava could trade. Like at the very least, trade and put himself at favorable spacing, because like trade spacing makes it so that Merkava B buttons become better than Yuzu's buttons. Like that's kind of what I mean here. But yeah, turn on cheater mod, do flip at different heights, and like really try and internalize how plus she is at different heights, so you know when you can challenge.
In the game, but both for different reasons. Merkava being a very simplistic character, but has very, very strong.
And like here, you've gotten a ton of grid. No real reason to shield anymore. And like at this point, you should be looking for overextensions on my end in case I like really want to make a play here.
Merkava being a very simplistic character, but has very, very strong rewards for it. For that simplicity. Meanwhile, Yuzu is character,
like
but has
this,
very, very strong rewards.
I'd be just trying to like get
Meanwhile, Yuzu
closer
is character,
in,
but
because
has
you already
very,
have the
very
cycle.
strong.
I can't do anything here except hope you run your face into a sword. So like for the most part, like I don't think dash blocking is the greatest as Merc in this matchup, but this is one of those situations where closing a little bit of ground as you wait for the cycle to end is good.
Rewards for it. For that simplicity. Meanwhile, Yuzu is a very highly technical character, but once you put in that work to get to that level, I mean, how many top 8?
Okay, you got the so. Kind of going back here, at end of the combo, if I'm Merc, I'm immediately chain shifting for meter. Merc defense is very solid, but having access to 100 meter for the threat of 236C and 623C is how you get people to back off voluntarily. Yuzu has many ways to just bully the shit out of Merc that doesn't have meter. Like my double flip block string that I'm sure I end up doing in this set at some point is there to just shit on Merc for not having meter.
How many top 8s has David gotten this year? Like 3?
A couple big ones.
One big one.
Okay,
Every single
good
event
bust
he
out
gets
there.
here in the PNW, I think he's won.
It looked like you pushed me out with shield.
How many top 8s has David gotten this year? Like three?
Yeah, that shield got my 5C to whiff, so that was really good.
A couple big ones.
Couple one big one.
Every single event he's entered here in the PNW, I think he's won or
Yes.
gotten very close.
He's won or gotten very, very close.
Yeah.
But that's not just because of the character lens, so the effort that these players are putting in. So let's see. Good. But that's not just 'cause of the
Hold on. You already were at this point, like, you have so much grid. I really dislike the force function under. You didn't need more grid here, and you already have 100 meter. Getting a better knockdown that allows you to meaty 5A Yuzu is what you want. And I say meaty 5A because Merc 2A is the only 2A in the game that loses to Veloff. So, generally against Yuzu, meaty 5A is the play. Like, don't let her have the ability to reversal at all.
very, very close.
By doing this, you created big spacing where you weren't even guaranteed a meaty. And this spacing, I just said fuck it and did wake up teleport. It was a 15 frame, non-invulnerable move.
Because of the character lens, so the effort that these players are putting in. So let's
Yeah.
see.
Like, you weren't at anywhere near threatening, so I took advantage of the fact that you needed to get in to escape. Like, all of that would be avoided with a better knockdown.
Good teleport out there. Gonna be able to get a nice solid confirm into the corner.
Also in control of the cycle right now. Gonna spend tech out
That
forward.
forward tech was pretty good.
Rurik reading probably the tech back.
That was unfortunate. Like, what, how did you even mess that up? Let's see.
Rurik reading
Oh,
probably
you missed the
tech
2C
back.
is what
Going for
happened.
Roki.
I like these 2C matches that Rurik keeps doing over there because it's one of those. It's the fuzzy Abari 2C. You never expect it.
And spending on Super just gonna close out the round.
Yeah. Rurik has been a big thing that he's been focusing on this year. I know has been cycle management.
Let's see this
and
round
he's just very
start.
willing to
Yeah. Rising JB, not a bad option. It is really, really hard to anti-air if I walk back because you're so high, my 5C isn't going to reach. And doing something like a preemptive 236A is slow and very committal, and like will basically only beat Rising JB and lose to everything else. So I do like it because now we're just playing regular neutral.
dump meter super early on to just guarantee kills because he knows he's gonna to dump meter super early on to just guarantee kills.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's gonna
Over
almost
here,
win the cycle
like, I
super
don't
early on.
dislike that fireball, but like really try and be careful about doing charged fireballs because they're such free shields. Single fireball does the same amount of work for less risk.
To just guarantee kills. 'Cause he knows
And
he's
like
gonna
that teleport
win the
was
cycle every
absolutely
single
just
time,
calling out
as
more
long as
air
he
stall
plays really
movement.
smart. Because he knows he's gonna almost win the cycle every single time, as long as he plays really smart. And just like
That the only reason you lost this portion here is due to hesitation. Having done 6-6C earlier, like
cycle every
right here, that is your 6-6C point right here after blocking that.
single time,
And by
as long as
doing a dash block and then doing it, you gave me time to enter stance. If you had done 6-6C at the like immediately after the last slash, because I had no more slashes remaining, that would have beaten my jump back. It would have beaten me trying to enter stance. The only thing it would have potentially lost to is me blocking.
plays really smart. And just like that, you can continue to see that after this combo as well, he's moving forward and should be able to eke out the cycle against us just barely. Exactly what they're looking for.
Baiting the reversal.
My 2A didn't come out.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's
Did you shield your...
it doesn't quite get the punish.
It's so hard.
Oh, I just fucked up. That is not an interaction I normally would lose.
That 260 is
Because I'm 0 against a 6-framer. But you set down
Oh,
EX Worms.
Right there.
Really good 3C.
Control of the cycle,
I was
and
getting
a
greedy
great
there.
break, and a life lead. Ost is looking very in control right now, getting a punish on the landing
Yep.
recovery. And Ost,
Really good situational awareness on that scramble, especially because I was
But
crossed
now
up.
CS to bait out the teleport right there.
And yeah, just
Able to close out with
the reason I like
But
that
Ost
this chain shift here
gonna drop the combo.
isn't because of anything other than the fact that you're gaining all that meter now. You won the round coincidentally, but the reason I like it was because that was actually just a good point to do it for meter.
But
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but it does CS to bait out the teleport right there. And able to close out with a 2-3-6-E. And that was
even
kind of
rounds.
1-1.
Rourke with a
Great
resource
shield.
lead, though.
Yeah. You're going to see Rourke playing a lot more defensively right now, though, because Oss is going to have to be the one to try to make some kind of drastic play. Because if it gets...
So at this point, like, be aware that I'm behind on the cycle, and I needed to make a play for it if I wanted to. This, you have either can go in to call out potential concentrate, or hang back and just guarantee yourself the cycle.
to the long point, Rourke will just be able to
Yeah,
slow
like, I like that you
play
decided to
stuff
go
out
in.
and figure out the exact weaknesses that they have to fully open them up. Oss, though, does have this advantage of finding these quick hits, and is one to generally find really good optimization for those hits, but wasn't able to fully confirm off the worm, so now VO for Rourke.
I'm glad you didn't OS there. That was absolutely an OS crusher block string.
Yeah.
Obviously, Yuzu can take that life lead back pretty quickly, but I mean,
That 3C was actually super smart.
obviously,
Look at that. So I got the green shield, but I wasn't confident that I could still get exit stance and throw you, which is why I went for overhead. But you were ahead of me in the layers here and immediately went for anti-air.
Yuzu
So that
can
was
take
really
life
good.
lead back pretty quickly, but I mean, about to be out of VO. This is a pretty long combo. Going into the worm confirm.
Oh, good CS right there allows Rourke to take their turn back, trying to find an opening. Doesn't get to use the VO meter, though.
Okay, really
switching
good
back to
defense.
Yeah, just trying to keep the pressure going, but Oss finally getting a chance to take their turn back, but not
Okay.
able to spend it. So Rourke will use it early.
Like,
Going, but
looking
Oss
at
finally
this,
gets a chance to take their turn back.
like that cycle could have gone either way. There's nothing that I can really comment here, other than like, you showed really strong defense. You have such a good life lead and are laming me out. Like, that is exactly what you should be doing.
But not
And you took
able
your
to spend
turn
it.
at
Rourke
a
will
good
use it
time.
early and get a good 6-6-E.
I don't know how you got hit
Not
there.
able
That's
to
not that
spend-
minus. Because Yuzu 66B is 9 frames, and I shielded a -2 move. Or no, that might have been 2B, so like it would have been at most -5. So that should not have been a punish. I think you like here you actually did need to just hold whatever I was doing.
So Rourke will use it early and get a good 6-6-E.
And this is big damage. Goes into a setup.
And
5A
yeah, that
reset.
you got to recognize. So flip ender, I can do flip ender here. I can do a safe jump falling JA. Not like that really matters when you don't have meter. I can do delay assault to beat fuzzy mashers. And of course, empty low. And like, so this situation, you just kind of have to be ready to block for the most part. Because the fuzzy mash will generally lose to both to air assault and also the really delayed JA. Unless your fuzzy timing is like immaculate. Yeah, if you decancel the flip, you can meaty low, but like I prefer having the safe jump built in so that the rest of it can be respected. Because if you can meaty low, that means the overhead whiffed. So yeah. Right here, just like this is just a common situation that you need to recognize. If I drop the combo after the flip, just be ready to block.
And this is big damage. Goes into a setup. 5A as a reset.
Rourke has a lot to make this back up.
And like there, that flip is to bait out your 236C. So I'm glad you blocked
One
this.
more time, but Oss willing to just block, knowing that Rourke has to make something happen that's not throw.
Oh, tries to stand tech. And
That, like here at this time, Yuzu, even though she has meter dump potential on her throw, I didn't have a way to go into IW. Like here, this is a like take the throw timer scam situation. There's no reason why you should be trying to tech anything.
Oh, tries to stand tech. And
They won't get the cycle
not
off
gonna get
this
it in
though.
time. It's not gonna happen in time.
And like here, I messed up.
And
They won't get the cycle off.
If I would have done C flip right here, you would have lost. That was like my own fault, but like you did win this game, so good. But just be aware of that it could have been lost due to that tech. Like I could not have won here off of throwing you. I needed the hit.
gonna get it in time. It's not gonna happen in time. Time up. Osh wins game 1.
Unfortunate. That was so close. Like
That was
just
such a close game.
2 more seconds and Rourke would have completely taken that right there. But Oss able to keep it really, really defensive right there and able to take the first one.
Obviously playing neutral very well.
Yes.
2 in round 3 is that they started to recognize how Rurik is playing,
Yeah.
but eventually it gets to the point where you just can't keep playing.
Yeah. That's the big thing with Oss is Oss has a very good has a very good job of quickly reading opponents. and
Yeah, I
changing to what they wanna do.
I don't dislike this round start
Yeah.
either.
That's the-
Going intermediate flight
that's the big-
JB,
It gets to the point where you just can't keep playing.
but like once you
Yeah.
see this range, then you have to like start either being extra aggressive or starting to be more defensive.
That's the big thing.
If you shield this,
Yeah. That's
I do not recommend 6-6C from this point. Like, it's still too early in stance. That's my first slash, right?
that's a big
Let me go back to it.
yeah. That's the
Yeah, the very first slash you blocked was her J236B. That one's plus even on shield. You really can't do anything here. Also, my next slashes are all 9 frames, if I remember correctly. 9, maybe 10 frames. I forget. I know the air slashes are like slightly slower. But there's nothing you can meaningfully do here except block. Like once I've entered stance. So I really dislike
that's the big
that
thing with Oss is
6-6C.
Oss has a very good has a very good job of quickly reading opponents.
But
and
you're
changing
doing
to what they
great
wanna
on
do.
grid, even if you're
Another,
slightly behind on
like,
life.
Yeah, it's just a very, very like strong option set that Oss has versus a lot of people though. Rurik though can be quick to adapt as long as they get a little bit more information. So you're gonna see a lot of that of just trying to
That,
test opponents as long as they get
was that a
little bit
3C?
more information. So you're gonna see a lot of that of
No, that was
just trying to
6-6C.
throw stuff out on the screen,
Yeah, I don't disagree
trying
with
to
it.
catch information. So you're gonna see a lot of that of just trying to throw stuff out on the screen. Trying to
Yeah,
catch
that one
out
was just that
situations.
interaction could have gone either way. I have no real comment on that. But again,
Like this.
meter for Merc in this matchup and many matchups is so important. Spend CS early, get that meter, so you can start playing the video game.
Getting it on defense.
Because look at all this grid that you've lost just blocking.
Oss defense.
And like, I'm okay with you shielding because shielding just means you're burning even more meter.
But gonna have to start making a decision.
And like, if you had meter here, like this kind of situation is where you can anti-air with 2 and 4C.
Cycle. But gonna have to start making a decision soon. This time it's ticking down, and that life lead is big.
Yep. Oh, nice 2-3-6 or the 2-4
And
area. 2-4.
that's gonna do it. I don't think this is gonna be enough to really bring it back, but this is
Yeah, this gives me the cycle. I'm glad you dropped early, but it was pretty hard to do anything at this point.
Yeah. Rourke though was able to take the cycle and use it to the effect to actually get out. But Oss is going to do whatever they can to try to open him up. And Rourke doing a really good job to defend, but the throw
gonna give
That
him
throw was very good because it won the cycle.
what a shield right there. I would not have the confidence to it.
and
Yeah, you had to
Rurik
make
is
something
gonna
happen
win by
there.
timeout, most
Yeah.
likely.
Both players recognize what was going to happen there. And that's what you're going to see a lot once you get to like this level of player. They just will take this game so long. to
And like,
there. And that's what you're gonna see a
that
lot once you get to, like,
236A
this
for
level.
me, you've already been showing a lot of like flight and JB stuff, which is why now I was more comfortable with the harder call out.
Player, they just will take this
Though I don't
game
disagree with
so
like what
long,
you did because it was
willing
also
to
very
block
safe.
anything that comes
And now
through,
you've cornered
knowing
me.
that they gotta try to find something crazy to open them up. Keep it really cautious.
Playing some regular pressure.
That was very, very smart from you. because 236 here would likely have won against most of my options staying on this side. Even on dodge, I wouldn't have been able to punish you from here. And the fact that 236E auto-corrects to 214C makes it extra strong.
Back in the corner.
Yeah. I think that was actually supposed to be 236C, but it auto-corrected in the 214C.
So yeah, I really like that choice that you did.
But good on Merkava for having the OS built
Opens
into
up low. We're gonna spend cycle immediately, just wants to play more offense this time.
Yeah. Knowing that Oz is
Nice, really good 5B.
Use it while you can, but we'll quickly take it back.
Yeah, that you have to be careful. I wasn't able, I messed up the combo there, but Merc 214A on shield is a guaranteed punish for Yuzu with her C slash. If not fucked up, it is 4K damage. Like, be aware of that.
Quickly take it back with the C slashes. Oz getting a good block on the attempt, the anti-air attempt there after canceling flight. Trying to mix it up with the teleports.
I'm just gonna go over here. You shielded a J6X, J6C in this case, but this applies to literally all of them. I cannot cancel at all anymore, so I can't do anything until I fully recover. This is a guaranteed 63B from Merc, if you ever notice that. If you really don't trust it, you can at the very least like dash under Yuzu to make the rest of her slashes whiff, and then you can whiff punish a slash. Yeah, like at this point I should be hosed, but you kind of just let me fall.
Mix it up with the teleports. Oh, nice low slasher right there with the misfiner. Gonna bring Oz all the way. I like that. I believe that was an accidental drop, but I still like it right there. For the opportunity to try to keep maintaining the cycle a little bit more, forcing Oz to use it in that situation.
Yeah, that you have to be careful.
That CS spend.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. And gonna win. No, gonna just close.
Yeah, there was like at this point not much you could do. If you had done 236C, you would have had the bad air combo version, so it wouldn't even have led to good damage or a knockdown. Yeah, her J6X is sort of treated like an air normal. But like once she recovers in the air, she does regain her stance actions. But like the Sakis, the long slashes, even on shield, I can still cancel into like teleports. I can cancel into flips. The only thing that Sakis lose on shield is she can't jump cancel, which is fine. But yeah, like being aware of when you just shielded a short slash in the air, to immediately like take your turn is important. You won't necessarily always be in range to like get an anti-air, but getting under Yuzu to make it so that none of her slashes have any chance of connecting can usually either lead to a punish or at the very least just like really start your offense.
And gonna win. No, I'm gonna just close it out my damage. That was a pretty big checkmate situation. There really wasn't a whole lot Oz could do there.
Yeah, and that's that download from Rourke. He recognized where he made those mistakes early on.
And immediately
What their decision was. Yeah.
just trying to control some space with the That's how it swings.
Yeah. Nice hit right there. Rourke trying to shield just to do whatever they can to get the cycle.
Oh, nice.
Actually end up going back
That hit got you the cycle, and I like that use of CS. Got greedy,
Going for a tick throw there?
because I'm a dirty masher. Everyone knows that.
Rurik getting a throw. This is definite control of the cycle.
Yeah.
And a decently large life lead. Not something that Merkava can't overcome, but decently large life lead.
I don't blame you for not mashing here, because that situation is in general pretty messed up, because I could do another flip. I can go low, and it'd be true block string, so it could kill like 236C. It's in general bad, but I was -3 here. But like, I don't blame anyone ever for holding this. When I fight Yuzus, I hold this shit too.
I can't overcome, but
a free combo off it as well, moving him forward to bring him to cycle.
That, like, if you're gonna reversal against a Yuzu that does flip in block strings, use 63C. You won't get a whole lot of damage out of it, but you'll get out. Veil Off is a little bit better because Veil Off will actually hit. But yeah, this block string is literally built. That flip there from Yuzu is literally, I do it just because it auto beats Merkava 236C.
Bring him to cycle. And a good use
called
of
out the reversal.
Yeah, flip beating out the 226C there is a recognition of exactly what Austin's wanting to be doing, always trying to stay one step ahead.
But like, your cycle control is very good. I don't think I've won a cycle yet this round, but it ultimately doesn't matter if you're caving under pressure.
Pretty in control that game.
Yes.
I think we can see that Rurik has decided to start playing a lot more aggressively.
I don't blame you for getting hit by that, just because I'd only shown conservative round starts. And that's exactly why I went for dash up 2A. It's just because I hadn't shown it yet, and I assumed you would try to just go in. Yeah, like, I don't blame you for getting hit by that at all. But it's one of those that it just be like that sometimes.
Slower playstyle wasn't working, and now they're just going in.
Yeah. But a good dive kick
That, I really like the dive kick. Like,
Always love to see
it was
it.
probably kind of obvious I wanted to throw.
Put him down.
And so dive kick, very, very good there.
And a nice reaction helper right there to get through the fireball, allowing Rurik to start taking their turn.
That was a incredibly minus flip, but it, you know, those can be hard to punish.
Cycle, gonna just try to push Rurik all the way into this corner. Tries to steal their turn back, but Rurik gonna reversal out.
Going down. Oh,
And yeah,
tried to parry through the
Yuzu dodge
but wasn't able
generally
to
can't do
it,
anything to Merc
Getting that
236C,
extra damage out, trying to bait something out of Rurik.
but at the very least I mitigated like 2k damage.
Knowing that they just need one hit like this
Oh,
to
but drops a combo.
keep it going. Good CS, stagger.
With a resource lead like this, this is pretty hard to come back from.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. Rurik has to make up.
They're
This
like,
is pretty hard to come back from.
like this isn't impossible here, but you got that's already super minus, and then it got shielded to be even more minus, and you can't CS that. Merkava can't CS EX214C. So jumping here at all was just terrible. I know it, like here it just really sucks that you couldn't do anything, but you had no options here.
20 seconds left. Rurik has to make a major mistake, but that won't even happen.
That was a pretty big
Okay.
swing.
Yeah.
But
Rurik's like a puzzle.
yep, that was pretty much all of the sets that I wanted to cover today. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. Of course, you know, not everything I say is necessarily absolute truth or anything like that. It's just kind of like my observations watching this. If you guys ever want me to do this again, feel free to send me some videos to review, and I'll try and have a list together and do it again, like maybe next week or something like that. I am trying to do this more for our scene in general. So, yeah. And yeah, thanks, Ash. Good night to you, too. I'm going to take a peek here. Who is currently streaming Under Night that we can potentially send you guys to?
Excited, so
All right, I'm going to raid this guy. Guru Kage TV. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. of course, have a good night because it is clearly nighttime here in Seattle. So I'll catch you guys later.
Her true range involves using the projectile. Oh, okay. Right.